I usually don't drink at 8.
I know. Me either. This is as late as I drink, really.
Oh,
Oh,
I'll
man.
drink
Yep.
till midnight. Come on.
Yep.
Professional.
No,
I haven't
work
done that in a
night.
long ass while.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing
good.
good.
Fantastic. I'm just waiting for you to give this beer its proper name that we just heard.
Oh, man.
Well,
Oh.
welcome to the Couch Co-op Show. This is I got Jared, Dave, and Aaron with me as always.
Hello there.
Every week we
Hello.
drink a beer, and then we talk about that beer. But tonight we're drinking the Golden Throat Charmer.
Oh, goodness.
That's old commercial.
Just watching some old commercials for this beer.
Face.
from the
Let me
80s.
go grab my Golden Throat Charmer.
Oh, you don't?
Oh.
Yeah, Dave.
I gotta keep
Ian
the
and
I gotta
were
keep the
watching some
amber
Foster's
nectar.
commercials.
I gotta keep the amber
Amber
nectar
nectar.
in the chill.
It's Australian for lager, by the way.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, let's
Australian
let's
for
pop
kids.
this now because we
Says
gotta get
Mr.
through this. We gotta
Crocodile
get through this
Dundee.
fucker.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Ready? Let's pop it. 3, 2, 1, pop.
Good Lord. That
The
was actually
crack
not that
even
easy to
sounds as
open.
big as the can. This thing's huge.
Here's another beer by the fellow beer
Oh.
aficionado.
And this thing is just
Nick Dewyn.
pouring straight out the.
The
This thing is
golden
not a pouring can.
the Golden Throat Charmer himself.
Jesus.
The Golden Throat Charmer himself, Nick Dewyn.
I feel like a midget. I feel like a... Sorry, that's probably the wrong word. I feel like a shrank. Like a child drinking a large, you know.
So Dave,
Yeah.
you researched it. What is the history behind this
monster.
beer?
This is an interesting bit in a lot of ways.
Its taste, its smell. What do you got here?
It was two Americans that moved to Australia, two American brothers, William and Ralph Foster.
So Dave, would you say it's American for Australian? Foster's. It's American for Australian.
No, they were actually in Australia when they brewed it.
Still an American beer.
And then,
That's
and then it was,
not beer. This is beer.
and then it was first exported in 1901 to Australians who were fighting in the Boer War.
Oh, okay.
And then it was kind of a regional beer. You buy in single bottles and cans in Australia up until like the 70s, and then it was I don't know who bought it or why they went on a big push, but they introduced it to the UK and US about then. So, like early 70s.
Do we know the alcohol? What's the alcohol content on this?
Well, that's the other interesting thing. If this is brewed in Europe, it's 4%. If it's brewed over here and a lot of other countries, it's 5%. So it's not even the same beer in the different countries.
Interesting.
Right. I
Yeah.
think it's a 5%er, I think,
Yeah.
because I'm not.
This
Oh,
is
wait. Yep.
5%
5% round the money.
in the US, in like Australia, in Europe, India, it's 4%.
Well, it says
That's
here
weird. I
it's
feel like it
brewed.
should be weaker here than it is in other places.
It's brewed in 9 countries using 20 breweries. There's gonna be a difference.
This one says it's
Right.
brewed in the U.S. though, so.
There's also a difference because
Well,
when they
brewery.
first started brewing this in the UK, they kind of didn't. I don't believe they actually used the Foster's recipe. They kind of used a variation of the Foster's
they
recipe.
ad-libbed
but
it
was-
almost.
No, they had a lager that they were brewing at the brewery, and they
Mm.
kind of amalgamated the two because they were used to brewing it. So
Well, it is a European style lager.
Yes.
Hmm.
Maybe.
Well, it's a Northwest style lager brewed in a European country,
Hmm.
or brewed in a foreign country. Because it's like take for
Oh, yeah.
instance our friend Jason Wolford. He brews, Portland style beers in a foreign country.
In Northern Europe, yeah.
So are those?
Well, the other thing that's interesting in this is like the number of people that this brand is brewed by and owned by. So Heineken have it in Europe, and Miller Coors have it in the US, Labatt's in Canada, and it's a bunch of different places.
Well, that's crazy. Molson Coors has it in the United States. Molson is a Canadian brand.
Yeah.
Labatt own it in Canada, though. How fucking weird is that? Your
So
chief
somebody-
Canadian competitor makes your fucking beer.
Yeah,
in your
like
home
Heineken makes this in Europe, so it's kind of like it's really bizarre when you look at who makes it and who owns it.
Can
in
you
different
still
parts
get
of the
it in
world.
Australia?
Apparently, yeah. They keep.
I'm sure you can.
It's never super popular. From what it's not as popular as some other beers in Australia. But every couple of years, it's one of those things where every couple of years they give it a big push. You know, they spend a load of money on it, and then it's popular for a little while. And then
So I didn't go to a lot of places in Australia when I was in Australia for my 2 weeks, but when I was in Queensland, which is Cairns, everywhere around there, all the stores, all the bars, no Fosters anywhere.
Huh.
that doesn't
That's
surprise
shocking,
me.
actually.
I think they have more of a market penetration in the UK. It's very common to see Fosters. Like for some reason in the 80s when I was growing up, there was a big push of Australian lagers because there was another one called Swan that was 3.2%, and then there was Castlemaine 4X, and
I do remember those stuff.
Castlemaine was like about the same as this 4%.
My other question is, what is their partnership with the Oregon Ducks?
Yeah, that is.
Maybe that's why
I
it's
don't
so
understand the
popular
big
over
O
here.
around
You
the
can
app.
even get.
I don't
You
actually
can-
understand the big O.
I don't.
No, neither do
either.
I. And the other thing is, you can get it. You can get the Foster's bitter in this can with the big O on it. And it's
Yeah, the green label
can.
one,
Yeah,
which
green.
is more less Dougie.
I've never tried that one.
You
I've
don't
had that.
see it.
It's a little bitter, but it's not much bitter. It's not like a
It
really...
smells like piss.
No,
So
it's not bad.
I have the top
To
10
me, it
beers in
does.
Australia pulled up in front of me.
Yeah, what are they? Oh, let me get I
Yeah,
forget
It
what
made
they're...
the top 10.
You
I'm
might
not-
only guess one of them.
No.
I haven't heard of most
What
of
is
them.
the one with the horses? I always forget.
Carlton.
With what?
Carlton. Yeah, Carlton's like one of the big ones down
So
Yeah, it
it's
is
the
Carlton.
quadruple X Gold.
Oh, yeah,
VB is one.
triple X
Carlton Drought.
Yeah.
Thule's new. Thule's Extra Dry.
I had
Carlton
Thule's.
Mid. Carlton Dry. Corona Extra. Pure Blonde and Han Premium Light.
I've had the triple X. That they do a bitter. I've had all the
But no
Carltons.
Foster.
I had the Carltons
Interesting.
when they were doing. Oh man, they did all kinds of weird shit. There was like so many different Carlton beers.
Well, there's 3 of them on their top 10 list,
Yeah,
so they
but
must
they had
be pretty
like
good.
they had some like weird ass like lime flavored shit that was going on down there. Yeah. Anyway,
Well,
I had the
this-
Thule's too.
But this beer's, I mean, it's just a mass-produced lager.
Yeah.
Now, is it a good mass-produced lager?
no.
Aaron says
I'm
no.
gonna say it now. No, it's. Well, honestly, I don't know how I feel about it because I feel like it doesn't sit right. The aftertaste, it kind of feels like someone just took a light layer of dirt and just right on my tongue. It's a weird. Going in is great. It's good, I should say, but it feels like there's like a light layer of like dirt on my
I
tongue.
quite like it. And I would agree with Aaron, but not for the reason Aaron says, which I feel like this is too big a can.
Well,
to
this
drink
it
before
does
gets
say it
warm.
does say 2 servings, Dave.
I could see
True.
that. Yeah.
But like, honestly, what you're gonna do? Pour 12 ounces out and then put it back in the fridge. I'd rather have 2 12-ounce cans of Foster's, and then
Yes.
the second one would still be fresh and fizzy when when you're ready for that.
I remember when they used to sell this in bottles. I haven't seen that in forever. Like you can
Mm-mm.
only
I
I've only
think-
seen it
I
in
don't think
this
I've
in
ever seen
forever.
I've seen it in bottles, 6-pack bottles for a hot minute.
Used
Yeah,
to
it's been a
drink
long time.
a lot of this in college because I mean, like I say, it's down at the
Oh, it's
your lager choice was usually this, Carlin, or maybe a Castlemaine, and then the upper brand would be like Heineken Export or Stella Artois. Because those are at 5%, and these would all be down at 4%.
So it's not the amber nectar to you, huh, Aaron?
Oh, the
no,
Golden Throat Charmer.
nope.
Oh, it's a
It's
golden
more
throat
like
charmer.
it's more like average throat charmer. Honestly, it's like one and done.
One and done.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, I see why people enjoy this. I get why it's enjoyed in who enjoys it. I get why they enjoy it, but to me, it's just the aftertaste is just dirty.
It's
if
not that
makes
bad.
sense.
It's not like PBR level.
Yeah, no, that's apple, orange. This is definitely
Well,
better
they're kind
than
of the same
PBR.
orange.
Yeah, but
I mean, one orange is grown in Australia and one orange is grown in California, but they're still oranges.
yes, right. But honestly, if someone were to pour me PBR and someone to pour me Foster's and said, "This is Foster's, this is PBR," I would reach for the Foster's over the PBR. Let's be real here. Don't get me twisted, but I'm gonna say there's a lot better lagers out there. Like the last one we did last week, that one was way better than this one.
You know, my curiosity though, still hung up on this Molson and Labatt Blue thing. Labatt thing. Like, it would be interesting to taste test the Labatt version and the Molson Coors version.
Yeah, or like the European version.
Oh no, just those two, because
because
I would just feel like that's weird. These two North American, like, why? Anyway.
So I think the Urban Dictionary sums up this beer the best. Deep lager that is a triumph of marketing over taste.
They don't even market it anymore. They haven't marketed this beer in forever.
And then
No.
the other thing,
That's
the
a
other
pretty
one was
bare-faced one.
nobody in Oz actually drinks the stuff.
Exactly.
What the world
That's
thinks
accurate.
is Australian for beer, but no one in Australia actually drinks it. I think
sure. That's true.
and then my favorite, which I used earlier, which is Australian for piss.
You know what's funny though? I'll go into Safeway, and they'll have a shit ton of these, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day I'll go in, and they'll just be gone. And it's like someone came in there and bought them all. So it has their diehard fans. Like,
It does. It really does. I agree.
There is no other beer that is packaged in such a ridiculously large can as well.
I mean,
Like,
seriously.
I do love. You know,
isn't
I don't
it
drink
kind of the
very
same
often,
size?
but
But it's pretty much the same as the Sapporo, isn't it?
I want to
But
say
this-
usually if you get these on sale, they're like $2.53 for one of these.
Yeah. But the Sapporo can's like the same thing
Mm.
but taller. I mean, it's the same amount, isn't it?
I think
In the
so.
Sapporo,
but-
yeah, maybe this has
But
got
you
3 or
can-
4 ounces on it.
Because
but-
at my Safeway, they put them next to each other. So, like, this one's fat and short, and that one's tall and...
Yeah, this is 25.4. I thought the Sapporo was a 22-ounce can.
Okay.
Oh no!
Oh,
Wait,
Like
yeah,
about
you're
10%
right.
more or something, but you know.
They're similar.
Honest.
Yeah.
So I have good sized hands, and I can usually wrap my hand around it. I can't even wrap my goddamn hand around this fucking can.
Who cares?
Seriously,
I think
it's
it's funny.
ridiculous.
It's kind of a fun thing. I mean, it's a good pregame beer.
It's
it
nice
is a good
novelty.
pre-game beer. It's
It is.
ridiculous.
Jared's right. It's a novelty. Like, the only, like,
It really is.
I never
It's
buy this
ridiculously
to
big.
drink
Well,
Foster's
again,
beer.
it
I
goes
drink it
into-
for the novelty.
It
Yeah.
goes into
Mhm.
the advertising, doesn't it? I mean, it's a unique can, like the oil can side, like just the form factor of the can is unique. I mean,
Anyway, we need to bring up the
Right.
commercials that Dave was making us watch. The Paul Hogan, pre-Crocodile Dundee Foster's commercials.
yeah, that was when
I've
they were
seen
trying
those
to do a big.
commercials.
And they're
Push
pretty
in the
fucking
late
hilarious. They're
Yeah.
pretty hilarious.
I
Yeah.
remember one commercial they did in the '90s. It was with the old man, the bitter beer face one. They called it Australian for beer. I'm thinking to myself,
No, Australian for lager.
Yeah,
oh, Australian for lager. Yeah, with the old man. It was like, what?
I must admit
I
the
feel
golden
like-
throat
A
charmer.
Golden
just-
throat charmer.
Yeah.
Like, who
The golden
thought,
throat
like in the
charmer.
80s, it's like,
golden throat charmer.
like you know,
Yeah,
in the
look at the
writing
picture.
room, they're thinking, "Oh, dude, that's fucking dirty."
They got away with it though. It's impressive how much you can get away with in advertising if you do it just right.
I don't know. That's one of
Incredible.
those ones that I think you could still kind of, if advertising was like that, you could still kind of get away with today.
Golden throat charmer? I do
No,
not.
a lot more perception they were in the '80s.
How can you not?
People are
laugh
a lot
every
more
time you hear it?
That's
Yeah.
like that's up there with. I mean, that's along the same lines as obsidian throat choker. I mean, like what? Like I don't think you could.
I'm charming my throat with this beautiful golden liquid.
Are you? Are you?
Yeah. Well, we all are apparently. So
Mm,
Jared doesn't. I mean, Aaron doesn't think it's a charmer. So
no,
No.
it's more like, is this done yet? No, there's still like quarter of the can left, and I've been just downing it. Don't get me wrong, it's not bad. I'll take it over PBR or High
It
Life,
is like
but
the never-ending beer, isn't it? I do
Yes,
feel like
exactly.
I've been sipping on
Exactly.
this for. I'm not being gentle. I do feel like I've been gulping this down and still like.
Yeah, I still have like another pour out of my can. I'm using a glass. This is my
Yeah.
second fill. It's wild.
Yeah, it is like the bottomless pit of beer, and that's not a bad thing
Oh.
actually.
No, it's really not. If you want a beer that lasts for a while, this is where you go.
You'd think it would
Honestly.
just be there with the 22-ounce cans, but this
right.
beast is 25.4 fluid ounces right
It's a
here.
All right, so
behemoth.
Dave, on the back of the can it says over 125 years ago, during the summer of what, 1888,
1888.
the Foster
Yep.
brothers gave the thirsty people of Melbourne their first taste of true refreshment. So you're saying that these two guys that came from
Fourth
America
brother.
were not brothers, and they're not they don't have the same last name, Fosters?
No, they are brothers.
They are. Were they Foster brothers?
Yeah, the surname was Foster.
Oh, there's okay.
Yeah.
So I'm noticing on the can that this can has the same amount of fluid as a bottle of wine.
Do you notice that it's also brewed
Sweet
with
Jesus.
corn syrup? They used to actually advertise that as a
That would
according to what I
explain the
read
kind of
about it.
sweetness at the beginning.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
kinda
Yeah, and throughout. Hey.
Hey, at
Oh,
least
man.
it's not brewed with onions, Aaron. So
Well, I mean,
Touche.
like that sour Jared drank at the craft brewery that was, had lactose in it. It's like, what? Why do you?
Oh.
yeah, lactose. You put that in milk stouts as well, to
Well,
give it
yeah,
a bit.
for milk stouts,
True,
but like
but
for
that
sours,
is
they're
fat.
using it for like smoothness, for like body.
Ooh,
Yeah.
excuse me.
Well, Dave hasn't done the burp test for a while. I mean,
Yeah,
that was like early
let one
episodes.
go.
And he just kind of gave up on
I
that.
just let one go, and it made my eyes water.
Mike
It's
didn't
got.
pick it up.
I think all I can say about this one
That's
is
my
it's
first
got a
test.
burp.
It's a burp. It's not a belch. It's a burp. Yeah.
You know what's too? You guys have been. Mine's a new, fresh one. You guys have held on to yours for like a month or so.
I'm sure it's still just fine.
Yeah. December 20th of this year.
So I'm always like, I'm just always like.
I also like how we're trying to pound this beer. It's only been 17 minutes, and like usually we drink a beer in like 20 minutes. So it's like we're like trying to down 2 beers in 17 minutes.
I like the way they
We
just.
have to
it
finish the beer
depends.
within a certain period of time for the episode, right? We
Some
usually try and
yes.
keep it around
Well,
the half hour.
I think the longest we've done is like 32 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes.
we got to keep
We
the
might
pace.
beat it with this just for the sheer volume.
I don't think so. You guys are trying to pound it. We're still under 20 minutes. You guys are like trying to get through it like like doing a drinking game.
Yeah, jeez. Who's gonna finish first, guys?
Australia's
Go!
favorite beer brand.
I just like how they brought refreshment to Melbourne. Like, it'd be funny if the only place you could get this beer is in Melbourne. Like, no other
Yeah.
place in Australia has it, but they feel obligated.
They're like, yeah, sure, we'll take it, yeah. But you
I
actually
couldn't
go there,
find-
there's not there.
I
This
couldn't
is-
find online what the big O around the F means.
I don't think it means anything because I don't think it used to have
Off.
it. It didn't used
As
to
in
have the
fuck
O.
off logger.
Off logger.
Yeah.
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 I have
One of the campaign slogans
Yeah.
was "Foster's, get some Australian in you."
I remember that one, yes. Oh my god.
I mean, and that wasn't
Oh.
that long ago, maybe 10 years. It's not.
Mhm.
Actually, I think in Australia.
Yeah,
I think.
that.
Oh, my camera died. That's awesome. I think in.
Uh-oh.
It overheated.
No surprise there.
You need a little fan for that sucker.
No, actually, it drained power. It's drained.
Yeah.
That's what it actually happened. It wasn't heat.
Ah,
dying.
jeez.
No, I remember actually back in Seattle, 12 packs of this in bottles.
Yes, they did 12-pack bottles.
Oh, yeah,
I remember
actually-
I broke a fair amount of them.
bottles would be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, a
'Cause
6-pack bottle.
Because it's kind of like similar to like how you would find like Labatt Blue in like 12-pack bottles, which you don't really see anymore
Oh
either.
yeah.
But at this point, Foster's
Yeah.
is
Not
just
really.
some
We do
form of
see-
symbol. So they
Yeah, I
just
feel
have
like
the
this is
skin
like its
now.
own thing. Like people like associate it with this more,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it is a novelty, like Jared says.
Yeah,
So
and
like,
it's not expensive.
I've known people who will buy like, 3, 4, 5 of these, and that's their drink
Yes.
for the night for the party.
Yeah.
'Cause
I
no one
will.
else will
Yeah,
touch it because it's kind of,
I will see it
distinctive.
disappear. Yeah, the 6-packs didn't do very well. The 12-packs not even worse. But these little shotgun shells, pretty much.
I think
Gone.
a couple weeks ago we were talking about those beer keg things. I think they had the bitter in kegs, the green one, if I
Yes,
remember right.
it was a limited time.
Really?
I
Yeah.
did see the kegs you were talking about. Yeah. They were trying to compete with Heineken, but that
Yeah.
didn't quite work out very well for them. So they stuck with the shotgun shell.
like corn syrup is used as part of the brewing process only. Foster's
high
never uses high fructose corn syrup. Thank
Irony.
you.
So,
My-
Jared, in response to your question as why is it 25.4 fluid ounces, it's because that is 750 milliliters.
Oh,
So
there
Yeah,
you
the
go.
size
So
of
it's
a
using
wine
the
bottle.
Bottle of wine.
metric system, yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, yeah, wine bottle.
This is a wine bottle?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the
Pretty
size of a
much.
wine bottle.
Oh, fuck. That's like 4 glasses
Yeah.
of wine we just drank.
Yeah. Yep.
But
the funny
what-
thing is, it's not much more than two
Let-
12-ounce cans of beer, and you're
Yeah.
anything of like shotgun into it.
It's- I mean, yeah, a few ounces more than a 22-ounce bottle really isn't that much. It's just
No.
right now. I think it just it seems overwhelming because it's our second beer tonight.
Yeah. I think I'm suffering from
Which
what is the
ironically is the same one.
But
Stereotypical,
do you
like,
guys feel
lager
Australian right now?
No,
Definitely feel throat charmed.
I feel like I could go for some food right now, like my leftover pizza, but no, I'm
Aaron,
Australian.
it is okay to eat before 9 at
Hey,
night.
Dave, do you have a pocket knife on you?
Well, me and
Yeah, I
Dave
do.
went out to
Can you
food
pull?
earlier.
Can you pull the
I'm
pocket knife
good.
on us? Can you
I could
pull it
cook
out
my
and say,
leftovers.
"Hey"? You pull it and attack us. Do you have it? You don't have a pocket knife with you?
I do. I just gotta find it.
Oh, okay. All right.
There it is.
All right.
mean,
Attack
it's
us.
in a little-
Attack us with your
little-
pocket knife.
Yeah, it is a pocket knife.
Oh God,
Oh, don't worry.
Jared,
That's not a
Nerf
knife.
sword.
This is a knife.
God damn it, me without my blade.
Anyway,
I'm sitting here rocking with a Nerf sword.
I have the Nerf sword too. I didn't know realize you had one too, Jared. I have one of
Yeah.
those.
That is definitely a knife.
These Nerf swords leave bruises.
Yeah, if you
They
hit it the
do.
right way.
Good lord.
Oh man.
Crocodile Dundee. I mean, there's even a scene in Crocodile Dundee when he's sitting there on the beach drinking a Foster's because obviously Paul Hogan had a deal with Foster's and he had to put a
Oh, yeah.
Foster's scene in that movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when they go to the bar, I think the first time, if I remember right, they actually have him like Foster's place, and yeah,
It
do
does.
that.
It does say something about Australia. There's like the blank slate that he had to work with. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Hey, let me tell you something. I mean, we're not super high. I mean, Australian beer isn't. I mean, I don't want to be a dick, Australia. You know, you people in Australia, if you listen. But I mean, your beer is kind of mediocre at best, anyway. So I mean, if this is the bar, you guys are like barely above it. I mean, it's not Carlton is not that much better. I mean, it's like a Budweiser clone, really. Anyway,
Yeah, you'd think there'd
And
be
then-
a lot more. Just because I mean, I imagine Australia's always hot. Maybe I'm stereotyping again, but you know, there is a
I think it's the water. I think the water's super important, and
Yeah.
because
Yeah, it is.
you know what I mean. And I don't know. Not
The
that they don't
minerals
have,
in the water,
drinking
but-
water, but I just
is
feel like the
important
water
when it comes
is.
to beer.
I feel like the mountain fresh spring water of the Rocky Mountains or whatever is just like more crisp and I don't know. Jason's always talking about that. Actually, how in where he's at, the water doesn't make a good red ale, or like it just doesn't turn
Mhm.
out right. The water doesn't, it makes it
Oh,
gross beer.
I totally know what
Or
he's
amber.
talking about.
I want him to make an RC Pro Amber, and he's
Yeah.
like, the water just doesn't work for that style of beer.
Yep, having come from where I came from and then come in here and home brewing in both places. Yeah, the water does have a big effect.
It does.
But my attitude is you brew with the water you got. You don't try and make it the water that it isn't, if you know what I mean, by adding minerals and stuff to try and recreate the water. Because you see that a lot. It's like people want to recreate English bitters, so they're trying to, recreate the water of Northern England, and it's just like, why not just make something new that's even better?
Well,
Right.
what I was gonna. Okay, so we need to wrap this up.
So, yeah, what game should we put to
No,
this
no,
one?
hold on a sec. So first of all, I want to say like Australia, like as much as like people from Australia shit on Foster's, really, it's like really not that bad of a beer versus all their, as a person who's drank their beer, like you guys need to step up your beer game before you actually talk shit, because like you guys are like probably on the lowest level of the beer game at this point, really.
Right.
Like really, like if you, I mean, here's the thing: if you made a great fucking beer,
We're
it would
never gonna be
trump. It would
number one
trump.
in Australia at this
No,
rate.
but if Australia made a great fucking beer, Foster's would be an afterthought. But they haven't made a great enough beer to trump this beer that they fucking hate. So
Right.
Oof.
so that's really their fucking fault. And it's like Brendan and I, when we were in Australia, we actually went to a microbrewery there, and their beers weren't that great anyway. So it's like they got a long way to go. So yes, let's rate this fucking beer. What is Foster's? I'm gonna give it this. This is here. Oh, Aaron's going down. We're going. So it's one.
It's okay.
1.5.
1.5.
1.5.
Yeah, 1.5. That's
1.5.
our lowest rating so far, isn't it?
That's Australia for it.
No.
No, Australia's a great place to visit.
Yep.
It's like a
Yeah.
5-star country with. It's a 5-star country with 1.5-star beer.
Yeah.
Hey, and if you hate us for saying that, you can leave us a message on anchor.fm/the couch co-op show, and you can leave an awful message and tell us how we're fucking wrong. But I
Even better than that.
100% tell you that we're right, because you guys are not a
Don't
beer
leave us
country.
an awful message. Leave us a message that
yeah.
says, "Here's a beer you can get in the US that is like,
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
boom."
It
Yeah,
tells you what Australia is, but I
Yeah.
doubt there is. Video game wise, hey guys, yes, I want to say it's Call of Duty. It's just more of the same shit. It's like a lot of the same shit. You get like it's just this. It's like
Is it
here's
Black Ops 4.
here-
Right.
yeah, it's just like
more,
here's just
more
like
the same. We just put some
here's
more
a
numbers
beer. It
after
kind of tastes like other beer. It's more of it. There's a lot of it. It just that's what I want to go with. But do you guys have other opinions, Jared?
I'm having a big old brain fart. What's that game where you're shooting a whole bunch of giant bugs?
Lost
Because
Planet.
all the animals and insects want to kill you in Australia.
I
What?
think you said it. Lost Planet.
Earth Defense Force?
Oh,
yeah,
Earth
Earth
Defense-
Defense
Oh, yeah.
Force.
Okay, we can go Earth Defense Force. There's a lot of those games, and it's just more of the same. All right.
I feel like this beer can be summed up.
I didn't know that was in Australia. Oh, I get it. Australia has bugs that can kill you. I get it.
Yes.
All right.
Never mind the quality, feel the width.
Yeah, right. It's about
Right.
the
There's a lot
girth,
of girth in this
the
beer.
girth and the amount.
Not about quality with them.
It's like,
When your girl says she doesn't care about your length, she only cares about the girth,
Foster's beer.
and she's like
Foster's Lager.
golden throat
Right.
charmer.
God.
Oh goodness.
Drink
It's
you
not
words
about
in
the
there.
quality. It's about the quantity.
Even has a golden top on the can.
He does. For Couch Co-op, I'm Ian. I got Jared, Dave, and Aaron. Thanks you for joining me here on the couch of hops.
This train is officially off the rails.
It's off the
Crazy train.
It's actually probably benefits this beer, actually, the fact that we're crazy.
Right.
It,
You can find us on all the podcasts, and you can find us on Twitter at couch_hop. And I want to thank Jared, Dave, and Aaron for joining me on the couch. And
Right.
what's
Always
our,
nice to be here.
leave us a voice message. Hey, Australia, bring the hate. Anchor.fm/the Couch Co-hop Show. Drop us the hate. Or, like Dave said, give us a good recommendation of an Australian beer. I don't think there is one.
Please.
I don't think there is one.
And no, Cooper's
I
Sparkling
have
Ale
to
is pretty
agree.
good.
I haven't seen
And-
any.
No,
So it's
Holler.
my
Sparkling
turn
Ale,
next
it just
week.
came to me that we should. That's a very good.
Also, Nick Dewyn. We
Australian
got to
beer.
thank Nick Dewyn really quick. Nick Dewyn gives us so many fucking beers, and he's been such a pal. And I just want to make sure he gets the love. Thank you again
Yep.
for this beer, Nick.
Yes.
Always
Thank you
appreciated.
very, very much. Yes. Always-
So I
always
hope you,
nice.
Nick. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know we did. Let's get out of here. What's our tag?
Well, next
Merry
week
Christmas.
is
Oh,
going
wait,
to
next
be
week. What do
10
we-
barrels
Oh, we're
raspberry
drinking-
sour
yeah,
crush.
After this episode, just next week. Jared's gonna make us drink a fucking sour beer.
Yeah,
Tune
it's
in.
time for a
Make me
sour.
vomit.
I'm
My
using
stomach
my
is already gurgling.
I'm using my future tell. I think it's gonna be a one thumb up beer.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I foresee a hurricane coming in from the
Hurricane.
northwest.
Just like
It might get half. It might get half from me if it doesn't come back out before the end
Yeah.
of the
dude,
show.
if Aaron does a hurricane,
said.
if Aaron does a hurricane on the episode, I'm giving it a thumbs up.
Yeah, then we
Please,
all
no.
need to thumbs up
No,
for
I'm
the
I'm in a
storm.
carpet room. No, I don't need that
Just
nonsense.
set a bowl next to you, all right?
All right.
You'll be prepared.
Well, boys, thank
Oh.
you. It's
Beer responsible.
beer responsible.
Irresponsibly.
Drink irresponsibly. Drive responsibly and
Enjoy
irresponsible.
your-
All right.
Golden throat charmer. of
Be
choice.
home when you drink. Be smart.
I'm
I'd
going
still
to
drink
bed.
Another one of these.
You have another one?
No, if I had
What?
another one, I'd probably crack it
Oh
open.
no,
and drink it.
Oh, man.
I want Dave to force his golden throat charmer on me.
Oh.